How's it going, everybody? Borgio Apollo from Down, Down, Up, Up, and you knew we were going to be doing this. You knew it. It's time for some predictions, but moving aside to AEW. Now, let's be honest, this is going to be 100 times better than WrestleMania, right? And I'm not putting anything down. It's just, look at this card we've got for AEW Revolution 2022. Compare that to anything WWE is going to be doing at WrestleMania, and it's no contest. It's no contest for the wrestling fan in me. Surely not. The entertainment fan, I will be unbiased and say I don't know. But we're going to go into it. I've really enjoyed every single AEW pay-per-view that's come out, and I expect to enjoy the same here. It's going to be fun. Let's do some predictions. Hope everyone's doing well, first and foremost, during these times. A lot of things messed up in the world right now, even outside of COVID, so I can only hope for the best regarding everyone where they are. Please be safe, please be healthy, do what you can. And, yep, pretty much all I can say, because I know it's rough right now. And a lot of people don't have a right to be talking anything about anything. That's the most I'm going to go into that. Let's do some pay-per-view predictions. I'm going to be having my phone right here in front of the camera to go through the card, because there's no way I've got this memorized in my head. Although I believe we've got 11 matches to go through. We have 2 on the buy-in, interestingly enough. And let's go through that first. We've got Layla Hirsch versus Chris Statlander. Nice that these two get the buy-in. It's been, I'm not going to say a great feud. It's been mediocre. I don't really mean to put them down. I'm looking forward to the match. I just don't really see any interest in continuing this feud here. And this one is kind of just a throwaway for me. I'm not really sure who to go for. Just because it's on the buy-in, I'm going to play it safe and go for Statlander. I can see Hirsch winning, but maybe if they do another match, and preferably on Dynamite or Rampage to more legitimize her, but not here. I'm going to go for Statlander here. I feel like it's the safe choice. But the second one I'm very excited about, because I haven't actually watched a lot of his matches. I don't get Rampage where I am right now, so it's a bit of a bummer. Sure, I can just watch it online, but who has the time every little second of the day? It's Hook and QT Marshall. Now, this is the easiest match of the entire card to predict, in my opinion. It's going to be Hook. Send for Hook, and he will deliver. I'm hoping it'll be a fun time. I've seen some highlights of him just crushing everyone Marshall has thrown at him, and now Marshall himself gets to get his head caved in, suplex, put on the Taz mission, done, out of here. Looking forward to that little affair. Now we're going to go through. Let's see what this lovely card looks like. Okay. Starting off, I'm going to go for the TBS Championship. Why not? Jade Cargill, Ty Conti. I'm hoping this will be a nice match. Jade's matches seem to be hit and miss for me. But with Ty, I almost want to say this will be the better women's match of the night, and I know that's really throwing some shade at Britt and Thunder, but I'm thinking that for 2 reasons. One, I don't know which of them is dealing with an injury right now, but I think either Thunder or Britt is dealing with something on the side. And 2, their tag match on Dynamite was sloppy. I'm sorry, I really don't like to call this stuff out, but when I'm making a point, I'm going to bring in everything, and I thought Britt and Thunder's performance in the tag team match was really sloppy. Was that completely their fault? No, it wasn't. There were 4 people in the match. They were 2 of them. But it didn't do it for me. So I'm not really sure how their match is going to look here, and also the worry is fans are going to compare this to their Lights Out match. That is a mistake, a serious mistake, because it's nowhere near going to be as intense as it was, no matter what they try to do. Just being completely honest the way I see it. But when it comes to the TBS Championship, I'm going to predict Jade Cargill to retain. She's almost at 30. I want to say this is either 28 or 29. Or maybe it is 30. I could be wrong. But either way, Jade to retain. There's no way she's losing the championship here. No way. No way. Keeping that streak alive. Next, little 6-man action. Little 6-man tornado action. See, this is what I like. We got Sting Darby Allin, and Mr. TNT champion as of now, Sammy Guevara. He is defending the championship against Darby and Andrade on Rampage in a triple threat match, which should be fantastic. I am guessing that Guevara is going to keep the championship, though, and go into this match with it. My basis is that AEW don't do a lot of multi-man matches, and I've yet to see a championship change hands in a multi-match in AEW. From my memory, that has never happened. So I expect Sammy to keep and go into pay-per-view with said belt. In my opinion, he should lose the championship to the winner of this ladder match because, ooh, this could be off memory. I don't think the winner of the ladder match has ever won the TNT championship, but then again, this might only be the second one. I think in 2020, it was for a world championship match, and it also might have been Double or Nothing. I have my facts a bit twisted, confused, mayhaps, but either way, I'm expecting Guevara to be champion in this match and lose the championships to the winner of the Face of the Revolution ladder match. But as far as the six-man is concerned, again, Sting, Darby, Sammy Guevara taking on Matt Hardy, Andrade, and Isaiah Cassidy, six-man, lovely tornado tag. I'm wondering if there's more to this. That's the thing. Because when I heard Andrade, Matt Hardy, and Isaiah Cassidy, I'm thinking, is it going to be Isaiah Cassidy, or would they have the nerve to bring in Jeff Hardy for this match? Here's why I'm thinking not. Hardy and Andrade, and by Hardy I mean Matt Hardy and Andrade, seem to be having their differences come up more and more. You saw that little shenanigan-y ending with Andrade and Sammy's TNT title match last week on Rampage. Not sure where Matt Hardy's values are at the moment. But I am thinking that that will cost the team regardless if they have Jeff Hardy or not, as silly as that would be. So I'm going to go be safe on this one. I'm going to pick Sting, Darby, and the TNT champion, Sammy Guevara. And I don't think Sting has lost yet in AEW. I could be wrong, but I don't believe that's happened yet, so keep that streak going as well. All right, let's check that card again, though. Don't want to miss anything. No way. Okay. Now, we were talking about multi-man matches. Tag team championships up for grabs. This could be match of the night. This really could be match of the night if it's done well. Because I remember a while ago, and by a while I mean a while, when SCU had the tag team championships, they defended in a triple threat tag team match, and I found it very underwhelming. I think it was Lucha Bros and Private Party, maybe? And I just remember it being underwhelming from what I was expecting. This is the opposite. We've got Jurassic Express tag team champions defending against Red Dragon, who I really would love to see win, and the Young Bucks. But I am playing it safe on this one too. I am picking the champions to retain, because what did I just explain about I fail to see champions lose their titles in multi-man matches? Also, Jurassic Express haven't got a pay-per-view defense yet, so let's give them this, and maybe a lot more, because I really am enjoying them with the belts at the moment, and I'm enjoying Christian Cage on the side, but we'll get to Christian Cage in a minute. Anyway, champs to retain, more Young Bucks, Red Dragon shenanigans, because we are just teasing so many breakups at the moment with things. But aside from that, when it comes to breakups, this could very well be a lovely makeup. It's Jon Moxley, Bryan Danielson. This is going to kick some butt, because the whole build to this is Danielson wants Moxley to team up with him. Moxley wants him to bleed with him first, so we know this is going to be physical. Who's going to win? This is a coin toss. I think this might be the biggest coin toss on the show, if I'm being honest. But just because they had a little go at it before of, I think Moxley's never beat Danielson wherever they've wrestled in a singles match, I'm going to go for Moxley on this one. Danielson won his last pay-per-view match against Miro. He's already taken a loss, so I don't really see the point in Moxley losing this match. He's just come back from getting himself fixed up in more ways than one. He's looking great, shredded. So should be a great match, and I think Moxley's going to take him. And then whether they team up or not, that is going to be Moxley's decision at the end. Hopefully they do, because I'd love to see them kick, but whatever it is going to be different. Now, this is going to be a personal one for me. Eddie Kingston, Chris Jericho. The way we got here was certainly interesting. I'm really not sure how LAX, aka Santana and Ortiz, how their opinions are about this. They seem to be cool with Jericho all of a sudden again. Is that a ruse? A lot of people aren't sure. And it's a real hard decision here because Chris Jericho is great. I love Jericho. Honestly, and here's a fun fact for anyone who doesn't know my opinions with AEW. Jericho versus Page to determine the first ever world champion in AEW. If Jericho didn't win, I was not going to give my time to AEW. I know that's like the pettiest thing you can hear, but it meant so much to me to see Jericho get it one more time. And just all the respect in the world for Page, who's come to this point getting it the right way, in my opinion, where I have no problem whatsoever. But I needed Jericho to get it done. Jericho's a big deal to me. But then there's Kingston, and he has just become one of the best things to watch on television. Truthfully, I was not familiar with him when he debuted for AEW over a year at this point ago, I'm assuming. Feels like it's been over a year. But, oh yeah, no, it was 2020, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure 2020 is when Kingston came. So yeah, Kingston's been here for a hot minute. So falling like in line with him and his character and what he's all about has just been great. And I've said it before in front of friends, my favorite person in AEW right now, for me, that I wasn't familiar with, is Eddie Kingston. I love Eddie Kingston. He's great. And I'm picking him to win. Kingston needs a great pay-per-view moment here. And I want him to beat Jericho in a way that looks great, pleases the fans. They have a little handshake after, or Eddie just flips him off and leaves. I really don't care. I just want to see Eddie win. I really want to see Eddie win. Another way they could go about continuing this is have Jericho cheat to win. I'm just not interested in that. I don't really think a heel turn works for Jericho at the moment, because he's just not doing anything big right now. And he was already a heel before. The Judas music entrance is still working with the fans. It doesn't work for me. I want to see Eddie get that big win. And probably my good feel moment of the show for Eddie. So there you go. Picking Eddie Kingston on that. Let's take a look at this one more time, though. Okay, we got 4 left to go through. All right, now let's talk about the Women's Championship match we were referring earlier. So Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker. Again, don't expect it to be as good as the Lights Out match. But here's the thing. Who's going to win? This is not as easy as you'd think. Britt Baker has held it a while. Thunder Rosa, in my opinion, has been waiting patiently to get her hands on Britt again. I'm going to go Thunder Rosa. I think we're going to have a new women's champion. Britt has been stale lately, and that does bother me to say. And I think that's more because the focus has shifted away from what she's doing in the ring to cheating all the time to keep the belt, with or without her friends, but most of the time it's just her friends, Jamie Hayter and Reba, aka Rebel, and it's lost its touch for me, so much so that I'd like Thunder to win it and drive Britt up the wall to get that intensity back that she had for that Lights Out match and the period around it. So Thunder Rosa to win the championship. I am expecting at least one title change on every AEW pay-per-view. I feel like this is the one to call out of all the championship matches there are on the card. It could be this or the tag titles, but I'm more strongly convinced it's this. That's how in the ballpark I am with this one. But we'll see. This feels still like a risk, but it's one I have at least more confidence with than picking any other championship to change hands at the moment. Now, shifting away from championships, let's go to championship opportunities. It's the Revolution ladder match, and this is going to kick some butt. We've got Wardlow, Keith Lee, who I'm just so happy is in AEW right now, Orange Cassidy, 2 members of Team Taz. We got the FTW, not FTW. I always forget this for some reason. What is that champion? I don't know. For some reason, it never sticks in my head. Is it the FTW championship? Actually, it might be. I might have got that one all right. All right, Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs. And one more to be determined on Rampage. I am filming this ahead of the match. It's either Ethan Page or Christian Cage. This was a surprise to hear about Wednesday for me, because you guys know who is my top of all time. Although it can be debated in my head, is it Johnny Gargano or is it Christian Cage? And they're both just my favorite people to watch wrestle, talk, anything wrestling related. But if it's Christian Cage beating Ethan Page, you know I pick Christian Cage to win this ladder match. And the funny thing is, I could see it. It's been a year since Christian Cage has been in AEW, and there could be a swerve in this match like last year, because last year it was Scorpio Sky. I wasn't expecting that. It was a very cool thing to see. But if it's Ethan Page beating Christian Cage, which, yes, it's very weird that you would choose Ethan Page to beat Christian Cage to get into this match. We haven't seen Christian Cage wrestle for a bit, and honestly, I don't really think he needs to do any more ladder matches for his health concerns, in my opinion. But if he's doing one, then obviously we're ready to go. I'm putting that aside and ready to see him win a ladder match. But if Ethan Page gets in this match, this is going to be a hard one to pick, because either in my head it's Keith Lee or it's Wardlow. But with AEW, I'm going with the longer term booking. That's the thing. As much as I'd love to see Keith Lee shoot straight to the moon, he doesn't have to. He didn't in NXT, and look how it worked for him in NXT. Very cool times when he got his moment, but it didn't happen right away. Same thing for AEW, and a lot of new people coming in. It's not like they can all just shoot to the top. So Wardlow is my pick for this match if Ethan Page beats Christian Cage to advance on Friday, or if things change up again, which doesn't put Christian Cage in this situation at all. Who knows, the match could be changed on Rampage for some kind of obvious reasons if the plan is just so Ethan Page can get into this match. But oh, what a night it could be. Jurassic Express keep the tag team championships, Christian Cage wins the ladder match, gets the shot and becomes the new TNT champion. That way all of the Jurassic Coalition win gold. And yes, that is my unofficial name for them. It's brilliant. It really isn't, but it sounds great in my head. Jurassic Coalition, get it? Jurassic Express, Christian Coalition. Oh, I'm so smart. But anyway, Christian Cage to win if he is entered. Wardlow to win if Christian Cage is not in this match. Boom, got it. Good. Moving on. 2 left to go through. Ooh, this has been a fun video to talk about, because I don't get to talk about AEW any other time. Dog collar match. And I'm not angry. Really, I'm not. If it was a strap match, I would have been bored at the thought. But we saw Cody and Brody Lee's dog collar match. We know it means something in AEW. CM Punk and MJF. So what they did on Dynamite with MJF was great. It made Punk look like an idiot, but it was great. Loved MJF pulling the Jericho spot from WrestleMania 19 with Michaels. It's been tough still with this, though, simply because I disagreed with what they did in Chicago, knowing that we'd be going to a pay-per-view. And I'll explain. As amazing as the image was to see MJF beat CM Punk twice in Chicago, the obvious thinking is he'll lose the pay-per-view match. I wasn't up for that. I thought it would be better if MJF won the pay-per-view match with Punk. Considering his feud with Jericho ended with him taking the pay-per-view loss, which I expected and was fine with. This, I thought we'd go the other way with. So, picking CM Punk seems to be the right call here. Punk's going to get his win back. Does the feud end? I'm not sure. But, I don't know. I can't really do it. After Dynamite, you'd think Punk is going to go in like thirsty for blood, thirsty for that win back, thirsty for that moment. I'm going to disagree. I'm going to stick with my original gun on this one, because AEW pulls, swerves, and gets away with it. I'm going to pick MJF. He should win this feud. And it would work out for things. If anything, it should be the wake-up for CM Punk that Punk needs. But I'm going to throw a twist on this, and this is a very dumb twist at this point. CM Punk and MJF could try a double turn. The fans might buy it, depending on how well they do. If they accomplish that, then my pick is CM Punk. That is the only way I would want to see CM Punk win the dog collar match. But either way, I'm going to have fun seeing Max get his ass kicked and put to sleep if Punk just beats him straight up. I'm not going to have a problem with it, but I'm going to pick MJF, because again, you got to stick with your original guns here. And my original gun in my head was, MJF's going to win this feud, but he's going to lose in Chicago. Part 1 didn't happen. I'm hoping Part 2 works in my favor. Anyway, let's go to the main event. World Championship, they're actually doing it. They're actually doing it. Adam Page, Adam Cole, AEW World Championship. Oh boy. Anybody think Cole is just going to take it and we're just going to ride waves? Move him out? I don't. Cole is going to get there, I think. Not tonight. Not Revolution. It's too soon, and this is Page's first title defense. And as much as he's done with the championship already, which I'll give credit, great matches with Danielson, a cool match with Archer, but he's just been an afterthought, and it's really annoying. And I'll explain. His matches with Danielson opened both Dynamites they were on. That, as a fan of main events, is really frustrating to see. Whereas, thankfully, his match with Archer did main event their Dynamite, and I'm expecting this to be the main event of the show. And as easy as it is for me to see Cole winning here, I'm not so much up to see Page lose and go back down into his ways this quickly. Can it happen? Definitely. Definitely, knowing AEW. It can happen. But I don't think it will happen just yet. Cole is going to get a serious wake up on this. And depending on how things go with Red Dragon and Young Bucks, this could be all we need to see some things explode. All we need. However, if he does win and Omega comes back sooner than I expect, it's looking to be a crazy spring. Anyway, that's it. That's it. So to run things down again, and again, I'm going to bring the card up because off the top of my memory, my tongue isn't even working off the top of my memory. I don't even have this in my head. I'm picking Hook to beat QT Marshall, Chris Statlander to beat Layla Hirsch, Jade Cargill to retain the TBS Championship, Sting, Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin to win their 6-man tag, Jurassic Express to keep the tag team championships, Moxley to beat Danielson, Kingston to beat Jericho, Wardlow or Christian Cage to win the ladder match, depending if Christian Cage is in this or not, Thunder Rosa to win the women's championship, MJF to beat CM Punk in the dog collar match, and Adam Page to retain the world championship. And that's it. Thanks everyone for watching. I know a longer video than expected, but again, I love talking about the good wrestling, and AEW still has the good wrestling. And congrats again for the purchase of Ring of Honor. Get Joe Hendry on your shows, please. Local hero. Have a good one. We'll see you Monday, hopefully, for the results in your review video. Might be Tuesday. These occasionally need a day to process, but we'll see what happens. Keep it real. Enjoy the show, baby.